Alright, it's time! Another week. ZTGD Radio. This is episode 755 for July 17th, 2023. It's Jover, y'all! We're gonna talk about that. I don't even know where that came from, but I see that all the time. Anyway, on the show this week, we got Terrence.
What up, y'all?
We got Anthony.
I have terrible news. Ryan is dead.
No, he's not. He's here. It's the Wombat 2.
It's Jover, and we're Barack.
Fucking duck. Oh my god. It's Jover. What started that? Like, I understand the reference, but like, what?
It was literally, I think, just that picture of Joe Biden, because he's like, his head's down and he looks dejected.
I thought he was asleep, honestly.
He might have been. Man.
Oh, are you gonna break up now? Did your internet like start spinning?
Wow.
It's bad.
You got some max headroom going on.
Yeah, you got some. I mean, we've been on here for 20 minutes testing headsets, and as soon as I click record, you're like,
I know, right?
Oh.
Fix it.
We're professionals. I want you to know that.
This is why you've been listening to us for almost 800 episodes now. It's because of our professionalism and
right, and the quality. Are we good? Yeah. Did it fix it? Did it stop?
Yeah.
We straight. All right. I don't know what the fuck that was, man. I don't even.
You gotta stop.
Somebody was
those videos.
Somebody was beating up the electrical guy.
Probably, man. You know. I live a little ways away now, so they can beat that nigga up if they want. It ain't gonna affect my electricity. I'll be good over here.
That dude ain't making. I'm gonna promise you, if somebody used to install cable, that guy ain't making enough money to deal with that shit. I'm just saying.
Oh, 100%. I know he not. I know people that do like install cable. I've heard some stories. Like, I know that dude. He should have quit that day and demand sue the energy company and everything. Like, bro.
Yep, just get on your walkie-talkie and be like, I'm out. That's it.
Yep. You gonna bring back a truck? Hell no, this truck is mine now. Like,
this is my payment.
Yeah, it's my severance, bitch.
Oh.
All right. Let's chit-chat about some video games. It's a little quiet. It's been a couple weeks of quiet, so. But I'll start off with
good.
Yeah, because it's about to get fucking hot and heavy up in this bitch.
Yeah, it is.
Anthony, why don't you kick it off? You're playing a game.
Yeah,
right
sure.
Now.
I mean, I'm only going to talk about the one because everything else doesn't really matter. Yeah, I played that whatever that dinosaur game is from Capcom. I don't remember the
Exoprimal.
Exoprimal. Terrible name.
It is a terrible name.
Yeah. It's all right. It's not bad like everybody else says, but it's all right. I'll play some more of it, but I can totally see this dying in a couple months.
Man, I can't get over just how much shit is in that game. So it's like, if you can imagine a flow chart, and then you say, okay, well, you got 4 classes. Each class got 4 suits. Each suit got 3 powers. Each power got 3 options. Each option got 4. It's a spider web.
Damn, it ain't that bad, but it's funny that
it's pretty bad.
Say it like that because it is bad. No, it's bad. It's just not that bad. But it's funny that you describe it like that because that's literally how the story mode is presented in this flowchart, this analysis of this mystery and situation that you in. And so as you progress, you unlock different video clips and interviews about this incident that happened on this island, which the whole thing, because I played it too, obviously, but the whole thing is this rogue AI that they developed to help, changed its mind and did something else. And so now it's pulling people through time back before this incident, because I haven't found out what the incident is that happened on this island that caused it to be destroyed and, Earth to become jacked up. And he's gathering this combat data. So before they were just fighting their exosuits, like it was just a training thing, but that wasn't good enough. So now he's like pulling dinosaurs throughout time and putting them against the humans for whatever reason we don't know. The story is just laughably Capcom, I guess. Like it's bad. I can't, like, I was trying to think of a funny way to even put it, but it's just bad. Like it's a reason to shoot the dinosaurs, and the game starts off like it can feel very repetitive because at the end of the day, you're always just going to fight dinosaurs. That's the game. You're destroying waves upon waves of dinosaurs, much like the Earth Defense Force games where you're fighting the bugs. So they just throw a massive amount at you at a time. But it does start to evolve the more matches you've played. I think I'm like at 80% as far as like the story mode with the analysis view or whatever. I've played 51 battles. And that, you know, the types of dinosaurs you fight change. You also get different cutscenes in those battles and stuff like that. But it's fine. I mean, it's not great. It's fine. There's not. And it probably will be dead, like you said, in 6 months or whatever.
I don't remember.
No, 6 months is very optimistic.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
So it's fun. I like the fact that like the characters play very differently from each other. Like one of them's like real fast and melee based, and it feels a bit Devil May Cry-ish.
Let's be fair. They're taking textbook pages out of Overwatch.
No, they're taking textbook pages out of all this shit. Like
But
there's one
a
character
of
that's Reinhardt, but the guy that has like sort of like a cape that attacks with like tonfas, he fights like a Devil May Cry character. Mm-hmm. Like there is no equivalent in Overwatch there. It's just anything that's class based. If you have a guy with a shield, well, he's gonna work like Reinhardt because Reinhardt plays really well. You know, but it's just this. It's like, you know what? This didn't need to be a multiplayer game. This could have literally just been Capcom doing Earth Defense Force, but with dinosaurs, and that would have been fine.
Yeah,
and instead, you
PvP
see this like
stuff is my least favorite part of it.
Sorry,
the PvP stuff is my least favorite part of it. Like when you get to the end, like that's just part.
Yep.
Like fighting the other people is not fun.
It's not.
I
kind
of liked it. I kind of liked it. The fact that it's like you don't fight them for most of the game, and then towards the end, as you're both kind of scrambling, that it becomes combat against each other. Interesting. But I'm not like in love with it. It's just I'm like I don't dislike it because you're not doing it the whole time, and you're kind of racing against each other. But again, like so the thing that we haven't mentioned is like. You kind of just go through one environment. It does change the pattern in which you go through, like the way, like sometimes it'll take you down a different path. So it's almost like this big open world that keeps locking off to you, mission by mission, which is weird. Just have it be an open world sort of Earth Defense Force game. Like it feels like somebody was like, I want to make an Earth Defense Force game, and the last minute they made it like. So all this extra shit. I don't know.
What you're saying is true, but it does change. Like in because you haven't played as much as I have, and we talked about this when we were playing those games that are like, well, you got to play X amount of hours before you see everything. That's just a lot. This is one of those types of games. The first probably 15 matches that you play are going to be like in that same environment, and then it'll change to a different environment, and then there'll be a different environment, and then there's a couple of different places. But the way this game is set up is really weird because most people are going to play a couple of matches and look for some variety, but for the first handful, it's literally the kind of same thing. And then it'll give you a cutscene and you're like, oh, so this is actually building towards something. So there was a reason why I had 4 matches of the exact same thing, because this thing just happened and now it's changed to this. And it hands out stuff that way, but I don't know. It's not a great experience for the player, because if you look at the reviews on the Xbox thing, like the people that, can go on there and write their little review on in the store, the majority of them is like, oh my God, it's monotonous. It's the same thing. Just give up. Stop playing it. And then every once in a while, you'll see one that's like, it's not. You just got to keep playing it, and then it changes. Like that's a bad. It's done a bad job of presenting stuff. You're already losing people because they're under the impression that nothing is going to change. Yep. So I don't know.
I heard it's like 10 matches. Every 10 matches, they sprinkle in new dinosaurs, which I think is, like you said, it's a really bad way to do that.
Yeah, it's not a great experience because there's even there, and I've clipped some of this stuff. There's like raids, like giant boss fights. Like it'll start off like a normal, like you're like, oh, I'm developing this data, and it devolves into this Neo Tyrannosaurus where the team that you were up against now y'all are together fighting this gigantic purple Tyrannosaurus around this environment.
It's like, Barney.
What's up?
It's Barney.
Yeah, basically, because it's basically Barney. Yes, freaking evil Barney. Like, and I've had a couple of those kind of Barney raids. Well, okay, all right, yeah, just okay,
you don't have to add the
Barney.
qualifier.
Just Barney.
But I'm wondering if once I finish it, and that's why I'm like pushing real hard or grinding real hard to get to the end. If it opens up to where you can choose another mode or another option, like maybe I want to fight the different raid battles. Because right now, it's just that dino survival. Like you go into that and you can choose whether you want that end mission to be PvE or PvP, which I found out why it put us in PvP ones when I chose PvE. Because like I said, those first handful of matches, you have to experience both. So you guys have to experience the PvP matches, and then it'll give you the PvE ones, and then you'll get the option to choose. So even though I picked PvE because you hadn't made that this is confusing me, and I like read it and understand it. Like I'm gonna just stop. But there's a reason why it didn't work. Is basically what it is. But
it's one of those like, wow, if you bought this game, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, because it's kind of a lot. Like I enjoy it. Like it's by no means a 10 out of a 10. I enjoy it simply because I enjoy the games where I can sit back, zone out, and just kill stuff, blow stuff up, whatever. Like I don't have to, it's not a strategy game like Midnight Suns. I don't have to think about my next move with RPG. I'm not playing Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest where I got to think tactically. No, I just sit back and I know I have a grenade on cooldown and a machine gun. I'm going to fuck some stuff up. It's that type of game. If you can get behind that, you'll have a good time. But it's the quintessential Game Pass game, I feel like. But like Anthony said, if you pay money, I'm sorry.
It's funny that you and I have now played. Well, we got Ken to play it with us.
Yeah,
but we played now 2 games that are like kind of complete opposites and both going to fail for different reasons.
Oh yeah, that's right. We played some Crash that night too. Yeah,
Crash is, in my opinion, the more fun game, but is just like there's just not enough content. Mm-hmm. And then Exoprimal, there's like too much like horse shit. Like exterior horseshit, like well, you can customize your character with colors and stuff, but also like here's all your bonuses, and you have to unlock them, and you just got to keep playing. You can't pay for it with real cash.
Nope.
It feels like you should have been able. It feels like you should have been able to. Like it feels like Capcom got about halfway through this and saw how fucked up those other games did it, and we're like, nah, we're just gonna make you grind for it. And I don't know if that's worse or better. I don't know.
I agree. I think that's what happened too.
Like, are we at the point finally where like these companies are realizing like are these just getting released because like they've put in the time? Are we finally getting get past this horse shit of like nobody wants this, stop doing it?
Yeah, I think we're getting close.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of these games just had to ship because like they started building them pre-COVID, and they're like, okay, well this is the next big thing. We're gonna do this games as a service, and it's gonna be a big thing. And then, like, it all crashed, and they're like, well, fuck, we still got to put this game out.
Get ready, because we're about to spend the next 5 to 6 years reliving 1 million Tears of the Kingdom clones. So,
be
prepared. That's definitely about to happen.
Yeah.
Every game in development right now is going to have a publisher say, hey, by the way, you should really add some building mechanics.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the part that I don't, my least favorite part of Tears of the Kingdom.
Let's sprinkle in some souls. We'll be good to go.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
we're still in the depths of that obsession.
I want that
ended.
to run its course. God, I want that to run its course.
I am glad that these games with planned obsolescence though are hopefully on their way out.
We'll see. I hope that you're correct.
And let me be clear, it's not that I dislike games as a service. It's just the glut of them. Like, why would I play any of these things when like Destiny 2 has a ton of content? And Destiny 2 I'm using as an example because it's like Fortnite is technically the biggest
one.
Yeah. So it's like,
well,
those games are a little bit different. Like, I don't feel like it's. I don't know. I feel like Fortnite is its own thing at this point. It's such a weird oddity, because people stopped chasing that sort of games as a service. 100 people dropped onto an island sort of thing, and now it's still like, well, what if we have you team up with friends and just kill a bunch of useless enemies, a la Avengers?
Weird. I think Destiny has a bigger problem. I don't know if you've kept up with this. I don't even know if you played Destiny.
Content being locked?
Not just that, but if you've never played Destiny, the onboarding now is fucking terrible. If you've never played it and you try to play it now, you are not going to be able to figure out what the hell to do. And it's going to overwhelm you because there's like 40 different currencies. And as soon as you boot in, you're like, huh? What?
Yeah, that's the problem, I think, with these games that never go away.
Yeah.
Never turn into
and you know what?
It's so intimidating.
So long.
Yeah.
Yep. Because Warframe is like that. Like, I've tried Warframe as a concept is cool to me because it's one of those where I can sit back and just mess stuff up. But like trying to play that game, it is extremely intimidating. Like, there's so many different choices and levels and currencies, and I'm like, damn! Like, I just want to use a sword and a gun. That's it. Like,
to get the full experience of Warframe, you need to go back and play Dark Sector.
No, I don't.
I did. I played that.
So the thing about Warframe is like the time I tried to get into it, dude, it's hard to figure out how to start a mission.
Yeah, like it has so much stuff going on. You're like, where am I supposed to go? What do I like? I haven't messed with it in a while, so maybe they've changed it. But
like, they show all these planets and all these missions and stuff. I'm like, what? Which one do I do? Like, there's 4,000 lines of text for this mission. I don't help.
Yep.
I don't know. The onboarding for these games that have been around for so long are just terrible. So I don't see. I don't know, man. It's like, I feel like it's the Blizzard effect, and if you follow Blizzard, you understand what I'm talking about. You get 1, 2 at most in every genre that is going to stick.
Yep.
You want to play an MMO? You're probably going to play Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to play a hero shooter? You're probably going to play Team Fortress or you're going to play Overwatch.
Yep.
I mean, you want to play a Battle Royale? You're going to play PUBG, you're going to play Fortnite.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is true.
And then
go ahead.
What's the name of that? There's Genshin Impact, and they just released the Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah.
Which is a different game, but it's like, I don't know. Are people playing that?
How do people play multiple versions? Like, I've never understood how people, like, even going back to MMOs, because, and y'all, some of y'all played World of Warcraft and was hardcore into it like I was back then. Like, how could you play World of Warcraft and imagine playing that and Final Fantasy 14 at the same time?
Dude,
like, how do you have time?
If I play Final Fantasy 14, that's the only game I played.
Right?
Like period. Like, not just MMO, just any games.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming. But people they expect you to play Destiny and Exoprimal and Avengers. Yet all this stuff constantly changes in Warframe and all. But like, how do you expect us to focus on the one?
Yeah,
am I supposed to...
here's your limited time. Log in, grab your shit. You got to play 5 matches this month to get the thing.
And that's what people do. I have friends that do. Oh, I'm playing cross out. I'm finishing my dailies real quick. Then I'm gonna go do this.
Motherfucker, that's a job.
Yeah, like nigga, that's work. I don't know. Just it's crazy.
That's why I love linear 10-hour action adventure games. It's rocket.
Yeah. That's why they're good. You just, you finish, you're like, man, that had a beginning, middle, and end, and I feel satisfied. And you move on. Like, you can play something else. Like, crazy. Damn, Anthony, I took over your whole spot, homie. My bad.
That's it. That's it. All I'm going to really talk about I don't give a shit about anything else I'm playing. Maybe when I actually get to Glass Masquerade 3, I'll talk about it. Yeah,
I'm hoping that comes to console, because I want to play that.
What is it a matching game? Is that
Dude,
what that is?
Don't get us started on Glass Masquerade. It's a jigsaw puzzle game. It's so good. It's so good.
Okay, I'll look it up. Okay.
You can get it cheap on like everything very regularly. So yeah.
You can get 1 and 2, I think, for like $3 on Switch right now.
Oh, I think I got like coins on Switch. That's okay. All right, I'll look at that.
Is that it for you, Anthony?
Yeah, I mean, everything else is like stuff that no one gives a shit about, so.
Alright. Terrence, why don't you kick in?
Well, I mean, I already talked about Exoprimal, so that's already done. We did play some Crash that night. That was a good time.
No.
I mean, we had to leave lobbies because there was that game is, like we decided, is just the sweats that's left. That's all that's left playing that game is those that play it hard.
I mean, even without that, I don't
really?
I don't see it. I'm sorry, that game is kind of boring.
Fair enough. It's different strokes for different folks.
No, for
sure. What else did I play? Oh, Front Mission. I'm reviewing that. I think I talked about that already, but I'm playing some more Front Mission. I'm finishing up ESO Necrom rather. Man, so I'm doing it for review, but like I think I'm done with Elder Scrolls. I think I'm over it. And maybe it's just because this just feels so much like Skyrim as far as concept, not necessarily execution, but I mean, like, it's the same kind of controls, it's the same, kind of level up system. The more you do something, the more it levels. Like the story and stuff is, I mean, it's Elder Scrolls. I mean, some evil prince is coming back and wants to, whatever. It's an Elder Scrolls story. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like they just, to me, feel like they're stuck in, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
What I don't understand is that there's like really fucked up lore in Elder Scrolls. None of the games touch it.
Yeah,
I've never dug and
there's good lore in Elder Scrolls. I wonder how much they feel like they need to invest in the lore in ESO, and how much of that they're just saving for future actual Elder Scrolls games.
It takes place during a specific time period.
No, I know, but some of the lore that exists out there could be interpreted in multiple time periods. So it's just, I don't know. I get the sense that ESO at this point is like a lot of other long-running MMOs where they're just sort of self-sustaining at this point, and they probably don't feel like they need to invest a ton of time, energy, and creative effort into giving you reasons to do stuff, because the players that are around at this point they're skipping the story at this point. They're just, farming the content, right? So
yeah,
it's just like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of games like that, once they've reached a certain age, it's just like, yeah, there's some lore around, but I mean, let's be honest, most of you are really only playing so that you can get this new loot, or so you can, farm this raid dungeon 137 times.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just wonder how much of their creative effort is actually being directed at ESO right now. And my guess is, especially with everybody that they've got working on Starfield, and presumably folks they've got writing the next Elder Scrolls as well, it's like ESO is probably just the last thing on the pile.
I don't think it's anybody. I don't think it's Bethesda at all with ESO though. I think it's like ZeniMax like has its own studio specifically for it.
They do, but I'm pretty confident, maybe I'm wrong, that on the creative side, there's at least input from the creative folks at Bethesda, because they're going to want to make sure that nothing that they put in there on the creative side conflicts with anything else in the Elder Scrolls universe.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All I'm saying is, like, when am I going to get your weird Khajiit lore where, like, depending on the moon sign that they're or the moon that they're born under, you can just get a fucking house cat. I swear to God, this is real lore. It's all fucked up.
Well, I didn't know that was a thing either.
Dude, fucking the Argonians, I think, are said to have come from, like, people that licked a tree that were, like, mutated by the tree or some shit like that. That's the rumor. No one actually knows for sure. Dude, fucking Elder Scrolls lore gets some fucked up places. I'm really impressed with the
wild
weirdness of it all.
I mean, and the thing about it is, if you wanted, and this is why I say you got to really kind of wait to see what they're doing with the next actual Elder Scrolls game, because they already did Elsewhere, like 4 years ago in ESO, which is where the Khajiit live. So if you were going to get an exploration of Khajiit mythology, it was going to happen 4 years ago in Elsewhere.
Yeah, I haven't.
It really didn't.
As you can see, I haven't stayed up with the fucking. I just didn't hear anything about it, so I'm very disappointed. But yeah, I didn't stay up with like where they were going in ESO. I played it for like a week and then was like, I'm done with this.
Yeah. I checked in on the first couple expansions of ESO, and even being the Elder Scrolls fan that I am, I bailed, because it just doesn't hold my interest.
I think we all forgot to mention, just because I brought up Khajiit, and it was just because I couldn't remember the name of the lizard people, which are Argonians.
Yeah.
There's a lot of furries playing that fucking Crash Bandicoot game.
Oh my God!
Oh, I'm sure.
It was only furries.
That's what we had decided, that it was literally just furries. It was crazy. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Nothing. Listen, I'm not criticizing it, but it feels weird when you're not one. And you're like, they're all furries.
Yeah, it's like you walk into someone else's fetish party.
Yeah, basically. Like, man, shit. Sorry, we'll leave this lobby, and then we leave the lobby and load back in, and it's like one of the people is there, and you're like, all right, well, what was it? Fievel Mouse.
Yes,
Fievel Mouse.
Fievel Mouse.
There's some other names
Fievel
too.
Mouse. Yep.
Oh man. It's not good.
That's what we were like. Fievel Goes West is not.
I mean,
film.
whatever your thing is. But if your thing is Crash Bandicoot is your like esports game, I can't fuck with you,
bruh.
I'm sorry.
That's just out. Yeah, that's all it felt like that we was playing against too. Like every single, like it didn't matter which lobby we went into either. Like it did not feel like that back, when it first came out. Like literally, that game was just the sweats and tryhards that's left. Now, anyway.
Because they ran all the normies out. They ran all the little people out that just play the game casually. They're like, nah, I ain't fucking with these dudes.
Yep. They need a ranked mode, because right now they just have that one. Like, it needs a separate mode. Let the people go, but it doesn't matter, because they'll still just
say there's there'd only be 4 fucking people. You can't have a ranked mode.
Right. It would be enough.
Motherfucker, I'm in the top 10. Boy, there's only 10.
Right. Well, no, I'm in there though. I'm in there.
I was just like, I feels like that achievement in that 360 game, like 10 years after, like it was so easy to get because ain't a motherfucker playing it anyway.
Okay, what else did I? ESL. So this is weird. This game. So it's called Lisa the Painful. It's actually it's 2 games.
Yeah. It's like, are you miserable yet?
I'm confused. Like I don't. I don't. Okay, so first of all,
it's a very depressing game.
It definitely is. Like it starts out like you're in this wasteland and you play as this dude named Brad who is addicted to this drug. It's called I think it's Joy. I'm almost certain it's Joy.
Wait,
that was the drug that was in We Happy Few, wasn't it?
Yes, but not. This actually is. I think this came out long before.
Okay, I'm just curious because that was the name of the drug and We Happy Few. Weird.
That was yeah, you're right. But like you find this little girl and you basically are going on this adventure in this way. But it's so like. So it's side scroller as far as like navigating the overworld. The battles are turn based, but like the graphics are very like minimal and kind of cartoony, but it's really dark and
graphics look like Earthbound.
Yeah, thank you. I can think of the game. Yeah, it does look like Earthbound. But it's very bloody and gory and weird. Like you fight weird tangly masses of stuff with bite attacks and stuff. I don't know. Like, and it's
you have the one of the characters. I think Brad actually is the one. You can do combos when you attack.
Yep. Yeah. The dial combo thing. Yep. Because he has what's it called? His style, Armstrong style that you can use. But yeah, there's apparently a bunch of different party members that you can pick, and apparently, I guess the big thing with it, because I looked it up because I had never heard of it when Ken's like, hey, you should review this. And I'm like, oh, sure. I love new things. Anybody can get it. Like, anybody can die except for Brad. Like, it has a permanent death system where people can go, like, via, like, scripted events or just, like, one-offs in certain fights. Like, because you'll fight bosses that, like in Final Fantasy, they have, like, instant kill. Except in this, if they instant kill, well, that nigga's dead. Like, I don't know. It's not awful. It's just, I don't know what it's trying to.
It's a miserable experience. That's the whole.
That's really a good way of putting it. Like
the whole game, like even the plot. There's only one woman, and it's the young girl.
I did not know that. Wow. Okay.
Right. So, if I'm correct, I believe that's. It actually, like, this game was so popular that like people started making like fan games that were like the same art style. I mean, mileage may vary, and in the same world with different characters. Like one of them, I can't remember what the name was, but the whole gimmick was that you had 2 characters, and one of them has a gun. And the gun has 1 bullet in it because it's a wasteland, so you can't just find weapons laying around easily.
Right.
And his whole moveset is using the gun to intimidate foes. Because if he fires 1 shot, he's now used his 1 bullet.
Right.
So that's his whole thing is to buff and debuff. Right. They're notorious though for being miserable.
Yeah, and I can see it. Like, and I had never even heard of this. Like, I guess this is I mean, you said it. They have a bunch.
It was a PC only game for a long time.
Okay, yeah, I had never heard of it. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, I'm writing a review, but right now it's just, I'm kind of like, bruh. All right, but yeah, depressing is a good way to put it. Like, I feel like I guess that's supposed to be the experience. Like, you're just supposed to be like, yeah, this is a wasteland and life fucking sucks. Anyone can die at any time.
That's the reason why the Joyful was like the next part of the story.
Gotcha.
So
this has the Joyful and the Painful.
The Painful is the first part, and the Joyful is the second.
Gotcha. Okay, because I'm playing through the painful now. I thought it was okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna write a review, but like right now, yeah, depressing is a good. That's where we at. That's pretty much it. Oh, Ryan, that's why I played Little Kitty in the Big Motherfucking City.
Oh,
Let me tell
did
you
you?
something. I did, and I love it. I cannot wait for that game. First of all, I didn't know that the cat was black, and my cat, Noir, is black, and I love my baby. Like, I was like, oh, and there's a meow button like on there, and you can like leap, like you jump like my cat, like you like duck down and like shake your butt before you like leap forward onto stuff. Like, oh my god! And you're right, it is like that Goose Game basically, except
What the fuck did I just fall into? What?
Little Kitty,
Little
Big
Kitty
City.
in a Big City.
It's man. You
The
might
demo's
actually
out on
like it for
Steam.
real.
I haven't had a chance to play it yet. But my
Yeah.
son,
Okay.
yeah, my son and I watched a trailer for it like a year ago, and we're both deeply enchanted by the prospect of playing a game that's like Untitled Goose Game, only with a cat. So,
Yep. And I think you guys will dig it. I'm all about it. I wish listed it. I hope it comes to console, but I will get it on PC because they had me at the black cat, the big green eyes. Like I was like, oh my god, my mighty heart is melting. Like, oh
yeah,
that was pretty.
I'm gonna have to see if my it doesn't look too resource intensive. I'm gonna have to see if my computer will run it and check it out.
Yeah, it wasn't too crazy. Like, yeah, you probably can. Like, it wasn't like photorealistic graphics or something like that. It was pretty good. Like, wise, you probably can run it. But yeah, I definitely check it out if you can because I did enjoy that. So, but that's it, man. That's all I got.
Okay. All right, we're gonna move on to the wombat. Okay.
All right, well, mine will go quick because I've really only played one thing. And that's Diablo. So I am, I mean, you know how I am in games like this. If there is a straight path A to B to finish a game, I'm gonna go to C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, all the way down to Z before I get to B. So I am level 50. I still have not finished the story. I'm working on trying to get that done before the season is over. I'm also working on unlocking all the map and as many altars of Lilith as I can find before the season starts, so that my season character can start with some bonuses.
There's
go ahead,
map
sorry.
for that if you want to cheat.
I know. Yeah, I found a map online. Right now, my focus is getting the story done because I can't. None of it matters if I can't finish the story because I'm not even allowed to start the season until the story's over. So, that's what I'm working on now. And just kind of as I go along, I got my renown high enough in all the places on the map so that I could get the bonus potions.
Yep, important.
So I wanted to at least get that done, and I'll work on getting the bonus attribute as well. I've got, I think, 2 places in the map I need to get some more renown to get that bonus attribute, and the altars of Lilith obviously will help with that as well. But yeah, I'm gonna have to use a map because I've found some of them, but I mean, there's so many more for me to find that I'm not even close to. I think the place I've found the most, I think I have 5 altars of Lilith, and there's more than 30, I think, in all the 5 areas. So I'm way behind on those. But so that'll be helpful once I start collecting all those.
What level are you? Because once you get the horse, getting 50. Those down is a lot easier. You got the horse. Oh, you got the horse then.
Yeah. So that's how I've been able to clear most of the map. I've got, I mean, with the exception of the places that I'll go to here in the end game, I've got most of the map cleared. Not all of it, but most of it. So clearing the map's going to be the easy part. It's the the Altars of Lilith that I gotta just trek myself around to.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way to. I wish there was some sort of thing you could equip or something that would show you on the map where the Altars of Lilith were on the actual in-game map, but I have to do it on an internet map instead. So, but yeah, so I'm still enjoying that game. There are still some things I wish were different about it, but I'm digging it, and definitely digging it enough that I'm gonna polish off the story and play the first season at least and see how that goes. So, and then other than that, I'm trying to think if I played anything else. I don't think so. I think that's really it.
All right.
Ken, did you finish the story in Diablo, or you just not go play the season with us? Because I think,
dude, I ain't touched that game since it launched.
Okay, so that's a no. All
yeah,
right.
no,
Gotcha.
I've tried to boot it up a couple times. I get in there and I'm like, it's kind of boring. It's not for me. It's not hidden for me. Like, I don't know. I love Diablo 3. I played through it like 5 times. This one just not doing it for me.
That's fair. I got you.
Oh, well, we done talked about most of what I played. So Extra Primal, Crash, Team Rumble. I did check out Disney Speedstorm. That game is very good, like as a game. And it's very predatory as a free-to-play game.
There you go.
Jesus
there
Christ.
You go.
I don't even know, like, I go into the store and I'm like, okay, so the stuff in here is like 14 different currencies, and I don't get it, man. Like, there's just too much shit.
It's overwhelming. And then there's like 15 different game modes, and like only 2 are versus real people. The majority of them is just AI, but it doesn't really tell you that. Like, the gameplay itself is solid. Like, it looks good, it plays good, it's a good time, but damn it, getting there like is the most.
Yep. It sucked because like I was playing it and I was like, man, this feels good. It looks good. I love the music. I love the tracks. The characters are great. Like, oh man, I would play the shit out of this if it was structured like a fucking just regular ass card game.
Yep. Yeah. It's the most. Because I love all that stuff you listed. It's like that's all of the review. But yeah, it's just all the stuff around it is just too much.
Yep. And I'm back on my bullshit to play some Overwatch. It's double XP weekend. I was like, maybe I'll try to build out that battle pass. I'm now up to 50, so I only got 30 more levels.
You getting there?
30 more levels to go. And like, what is it? 20, 27, 25, 26 days left in the season. I don't know, man. Like, I had some really good games, and I had some really bad ones. So at least it's not all bad. I don't know. I really hope Season 6 is good. Otherwise, I might be done. I don't know. It sucks. And I fell hard.
I'm going to check out Season 6. Oh, your rank?
I fell hard. So I was Masters, and like I finally got my rating, and I dropped to Diamond 2. So I dropped 2 levels. I was like, God damn it. I'm no longer a Masters player. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go with it. Have some fun.
Just have fun. Yeah. Just, have fun.
That's what I'm going to try to do. So I was doing my DPS run. And, man, people are toxic, man. They really are.
Yeah. Yep. Was they in the chat? Or
they was in the chat, like, spelling out, like, putting spaces between all the words. So they could put the words in there, Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. None of it was aimed at me this session yesterday, but boy, they really hated our Doomfist yesterday. Whew, they called him a few names that, you would expect.
Nice.
I hope none of them have to do a Doomfist's race.
Oh, absolutely! They did, Anthony. Come on.
I was hoping they would just say like, "Kill yourself."
I mean, they said that too. I mean,
okay, well.
Yeah,
I lost a lot of love when I got that message over Xbox Live for that game. I was like, yeah, I think I'm done.
I think for your mental health, you need to turn off like text chat.
I don't have text chat while I'm playing that game.
And you also need to block people who you don't follow on Xbox from sending you messages.
I definitely sent a report.
Yeah, but you should just do that to
I don't play enough online that I'm not gonna. Then it's when I try to play with fucking Terrence when he's streaming, it's like, well, you gotta do the thing, and it's like, all right, fuck it.
Well, I mean, messages you could just do one. You could just block messages. You don't have to block other things.
Ah, okay, perfect.
Yeah, you can literally like pick and choose what you want to block, and if you just block people from sending you messages that aren't on your friends list, you're golden.
But honestly, it was just like at the end of it, it was like, well,
But Anthony, you need to get on my level. General? I was called a name in I had to like Google Translate that shit. Somebody called me a name in Spanish one day and sent me an Xbox Live message on Overwatch. But I had to translate it because I didn't know what the word meant.
Bruh, that's a lot. Like, Jesus.
So, but yeah, it doesn't bother me. Like, it doesn't get in my head. I don't care. But for most people, for your mental health, just block that shit.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't go out and seek the bullshit. I just happen to find it. Because I had a nigga coming at me in Exo Primal yesterday that I had to make a whole clip out of.
You mean behind me?
Yeah. I'm like, bitch, I literally was dead, and you saw me running to the corner store that's in front of me. How the fuck was it behind me? Like, I just got up here. Like, oh, and then he going like, oh, that's how you deal your problems? You get loud? Yeah, bruh. That's how I deal with my problems. Here you go. Like, I mean,
that's how I'm dealing with you, problem.
Right. And I was going to, like, I told my wife, because I was streaming at the time, which just totally happened like this crazy. Like, I told her I was trying to let it go. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, it was behind me. Okay. Like, I started to, like, I hesitated, like, well, nigga, wait, how was it behind me if I was just, okay, you know what? I ain't about to do this with him. I'm just gonna let him live. And then he gonna call me names and shit. And I'm like, okay, now we gotta turn up. This is what happens. So, I'm sorry, Anthony. You need me in all your multiplayer parties because I'll let them niggas have it for you. Like,
it's not even that. It's just one of those like, I just don't need this. Like, I could have sent a message back towards the guy. He probably would have done what I did and just reported me. But
that's usually how they do that. Yeah,
giving people with no social skills the ability to talk anonymously to people on the internet was a mistake.
Absolutely.
I just to me it was like, well, I already wasn't enjoying Overwatch or what had become of it, and then add some dude doing that, and then they're like, hey man, you left that match, when it's like, no, you just never put me into it. You just had it infinitely load.
Oh, and then the game crashed. Yeah.
And then you're like, banned me. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't need this. And, it's just the toxicity of it all. In hindsight, I look at myself playing that game and I'm like, yeah, that's not a healthy response to any of this. It's not real life. I guess you just disconnect from it because, like, I was like that, and then shit, not 3 weeks ago now, I'm trying to go somewhere, and I'm in a hurry, and a guy's sitting at the edge of the parking lot not turning right. So I honk my horn. There's a bus blocking the traffic. Like, he should be able to go. And nothing. He's not moving, nothing. I can see the guy inside. So I honked the horn again. And he got out and was like, you gonna push me? And I'm thinking, oh, fuck, I don't want this in my life. And I'm like, I'm just like,
the situation that you're describing could not happen in the United States of America because he would just shoot you.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Actually,
but he gets out of his car. He gets out of his car very aggressively. Trust me, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, he's not going to shoot me, but this could turn into a fist fight on the edge of the parking lot. And I'm still in my work uniform, so like, I prefer not to have this happen. Anyways. His car died on the edge of the parking lot, so I tried to help him jump it. And it's just like, I don't know, the way you talk to each other changes the situation. We were very friendly at the end of it. I felt bad for the guy, but it's just like, you don't think about that when you're online. Nothing about the person's day. You're like, fucking not winning. Like, it's gross. And I'm part of it.
They should not allow you to have internet access until you prove you can have a reciprocal conversation with another human being. You should have to take a test.
I mean, that's fair.
Where it's like, can you have a back and forth conversation with another human being? And if the answer is no, then they don't let you have an internet connection. So you were talking about that road rage incident. I actually know somebody who, and I was not present for this incident, but someone that I trust to tell the truth was present for this incident. They got stuck behind an old lady that the light turned green and she didn't go, and so the person honked their horn, and the lady didn't move, and so the light turned red again. They sat through the red light. It turned green again. She still didn't go, and so this person got out of their car, walked up to the woman's car, punched the side view mirror off of her car.
God damn it. Okay.
Turned around and got back in their car. The lady drove off at that point. But these are the type of people that go on the internet. The type of people that would punch the side view mirror off a lady's car.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That sounds right. This tracks.
It's just a kid. You're right. It is that type of response. It just.
Yep. And you're absolutely right. There's no consideration whatsoever as to what the other person might be thinking, feeling, or going through at that moment. It's just.
And I was never rude
there's a certain degree of selfishness associated with it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was never, and to be clear, like I wasn't rude with the guy. I honked twice. He got out. And then I was like, hey, man, the bus is there, blah, 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 blah. And I just explained to him, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit panicky. I'm becoming late for a dentist appointment that's like necessary. I have to get a root canal. Yeah, you gotta move.
Yeah,
Sorry,
and see,
man.
as soon as you guys had a back and forth conversation about what each one of you was dealing with, I bet that everything was much more easily resolved.
Yeah. You know, I didn't just leave him stranded because I had to go. I went and got one of the other guys that works in the plaza to come and see if he could get the car started. You know, like, but it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's how you deal with stuff in real world, and then online you just yell at each other, and it's like, well,
yep,
cool, great. I'm sorry I didn't play this fictional character in this game that means nothing as well as you wanted me to.
Oh, fun times, right? So I just realized that we can't put the show out till Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently Lisa was embargoed.
Oh.
Okay. I'm my B.
I didn't even realize it. Like I didn't even think. Like I was pulling up the releases for the week. I was like, oh, Lisa's out on Tuesday. I was like, I thought that was already out. Then I went and looked at the emails. Like embargoed till Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. I'm like, well, shit.
All right. Well, so to everybody listening to this, the reason you're listening to this on Tuesday is their fault.
Yes. It's my fault.
100% my fault.
My fault for not reading the email. Whatever. Let's talk about new releases. Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5. Yes, Lisa Definitive Edition, Lisa the Joyful, Lisa the Painful. All of those coming out on Tuesday. Remedium Sentinels. Agriculture.
I went to school with Lisa the Painful.
Lisa the Painful. Lisa the Joyful. Agriculture is coming out on Tuesday, so, get your corn in.
Enough with the farming games are like the new.
Is it a farming game?
Single-player trend.
Yes.
1,700 of those.
The description is farming takes patience, as everyone knows, unless you're playing agriculture, that is.
Oh.
It says agriculture is a fast-paced twist on the beloved farming sim mechanics where the goal is to grow each stage's required crops as quickly as you can using limited resources.
Okay,
so this is another example of what you were talking about earlier, Ken. There's two successes in this genre. Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley.
Yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
See, there's always two.
I'm gonna add one. I'd say there's
It's like
3.
Sith Lords.
I'd say there's 3 or 2. There's 2.5 because the people that did Harvest Moon don't do Harvest Moon anymore. It's Story of
Seasons.
Yeah, and they have their RPG spin-off, which is Rune Factory.
You're right. It is Sith Lords. No more. No less.
No less. Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of games that, I mean, at least have a portion of that, I'm really surprised there hasn't been any talk about another Animal Crossing.
Well, they do one per system generation, so we'll get one for Switch 2.
That's what I was.
Yeah, but I expected there to be another one after the last one was so successful. Like, I expected there to at least be conversation about another one. Because this last one, I mean, I know the games were successful, but this last one was like, and I know COVID helped it, but was like crazy successful.
I think they'll probably do one 2025 with the new system.
They're waiting for the next pandemic.
Yeah,
man, I had an app on my phone and everything. I was trading turnips, like the stock market. Man, I was. Oh my god, I was into that game.
I had to listen to these motherfuckers talk about it for like 6 weeks.
Bless John Whitehouse and some other of his friends in the old country, because we had a WhatsApp chat about turnip prices.
Oh my God.
That allowed me to make a decent amount of bells in that game.
Nice. Yeah, man. Tom Nook is a mob boss. You had to pay him back.
Right. Yep.
Like Go ahead. Sorry.
Maquette making its way to Xbox. I believe it's also coming to Game Pass. Cross Tails, Tails, by the way.
Is that like Shirt Tails?
Oh man, you bringing it back? I love the Shirt Tails. Was it the monkey's name was Bogey, right?
Bogey, yep, that was his name.
I still have those. Like those are in a bin somewhere.
I had the raccoon, but I don't know whatever happened to him.
We found those when we moved into this house, and like I gave them to my son, and he's like, I have no idea what this is.
I had to look it up. I have no idea what this is.
This is old. We're talking before you were born, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the raccoon.
1980. Jesus Christ. Made for fucking greeting cards.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they turned it into a cartoon, and the toys were super popular. Or the stuffed animals, I should say, were super popular.
Animals,
yeah. The premise was like their T-shirts would tell you things. That's
yeah.
Oaken, Strategic Mind, Fight for Dominance, The Sims 4 Horse Ranch. This next release came out of nowhere.
That's my least favorite salad dressing.
Mine too.
That was good.
So this next release, like, just cropped up out of nowhere, and like, I guess it's existed for a while, but it's first time coming to console. Antstream Arcade.
Oh yeah,
This thing is 1,300 games, and you can buy like a lifetime license, and like most of the time you
all licensed too.
Yeah,
like,
it's not illegal.
It's all legit.
And like,
not like one of those bullshit things that you buy off Amazon.
Yeah.
It's like legit
that
license.
Soulja Boy was selling.
Buy your classic console 500 games install.
Dude, 500 ain't shit now. Those things are selling for like 80,000 games.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The ones that came out right around the time of the Nintendo.
Yeah.
And you're just looking at it and you're like, dude, how do you get away with this?
Dude, you go on Amazon, you can buy a hard drive that has 125,000 ROMs on it.
I know, fucked up.
It's wild.
Like, they don't even care anymore, and it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Let it be, man. It's whatever. But yeah, this thing is, it's like $30. You can stream the games. They update weekly, and you can actually buy a lifetime license for like $80, which that's pretty cool.
It is. It is actually pretty cool.
I reached out. I think they're gonna send one, so I'm gonna check that out because that's pretty cool. Oh wow! I didn't even realize this was out. Remnant 2 is out.
I can't, by the way, Terrence, hear anybody say Soulja Boy without thinking of the SpongeBob Soulja Boy Crank That video. If you haven't seen that, you should definitely look that up.
I have seen.
Man, SpongeBob, I forgot that Power Wash Simulator DLC came out, and I played, like, I cleaned his pineapple house, and then I was done.
Is it paid? Is that one free?
Yes, no, you got to pay for that.
Okay.
I think it's like $7 or $8 or something.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Like you said Remnant was coming out?
Remnant's out on Friday. Remnant 2 is out on Friday.
I don't know why I thought it was August. Okay, oh. I wanted that.
Well, I haven't heard anything. I'll check this week.
Okay, yeah, let me know.
Stephanie is the last game on this list. PlayStation 5, Gravity Crash, which I really want to check this game out. If you like Mega Man, you should check this game out. I'm hoping
Gravity Crash is what it's called?
Gravity Crash. It's coming to Switch, PC, and PlayStation. But yeah, this is like a Mega Man game.
That's not the name of it.
I'm literally looking at the name right here, Gravity Crash. I got a PR about it on Friday.
Give me a second here.
Gravity Crash. I promise.
Yeah, I just see the old one from 2010.
Gravity Circuit.
Why is it?
You're staring at it? Yeah, it's called Gravity Circuit, man.
I'm literally looking at the release list and it says Gravity Crash.
Okay.
Somebody done fucked up.
Because Gravity Crash is an old game. I'm like, no, it's Gravity.
This reminds me of something else that happened earlier to a fine colored gentleman who said something like that. That's fine. Whatever.
I mean, you can call me
Gravity Circuit.
I don't give a fuck. Okay, so buy Gravity Circuit. That's the one.
Gravity Circuit, which is Mega Man. I played the demo of this. The music kicks ass.
Yeah, it's out this week for Switch, PlayStation, and PC.
That looks cool. Is there an oil man?
God, I hope so. Right?
The
year of our Lord 2023. Let's have an oil man.
To quote, "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia." You gotta remember the funny lips.
Wow,
the funny lips.
Yeah, that's I can't remember what they were arguing about, but they're arguing about what is blackface. Fucking Danny DeVito's character says you can't. He doesn't think it's racist. He's like, you can't forget the funny lips, because I think Mac speaks that. Oh god, Mac is speaking black, I think, and Dennis is tanning himself black.
I don't even know what's happening right now. What is happening?
That's fucking welcome to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. All the characters are awful people, but they don't see it. So they have arguments about who's more awful.
I may have to watch this. I have a friend who said it actually is pretty funny, and I've never actually... It sounds interesting.
People misunderstand the humor. You're not laughing with them. You're always laughing at these characters who think they're fucking the kindest people on the face of the planet. Like, one of the episodes is them running a bar, and they're giving alcohol to kids because they're like, well, they're going to get drunk elsewhere. We might as well let them drink here. That way we know they're safe.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check this Gravity Circuit game out.
Hell yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I got
see how much it may have to see how much it is on Switch.
Yeah,
I think it's about the same. I think it's like $20 on sale for like a couple dollars off.
They're like streaming it on this thing. Dude looks like Shredder running around here. Like,
it does look like Shredder.
Yeah. All right. PS4, Xbox One, mostly the same stuff. We're also getting Kill Squad, Might and Magic Clash of Heroes Definitive Edition, Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening.
He's got a lot of ambition.
He does have a lot of ambition.
Fuck. How many?
He's had ambition for a long time too.
Yeah.
Dude, did you know that game is like literally the only Japanese exclusive 32X game was Nobunaga's Ambition?
Wow.
Only one.
He's going to be a LinkedIn influencer with that much ambition.
Oh, shit. Oh,
fucking Christ.
Mercenaries Rebirth, Call of the Wild Links. Whatever the fuck that is.
That's a Switch game, sounds like.
Nope, that's
not
PlayStation.
Real Mercenaries.
Xbox is getting Skullgirls Second Encore after 8 fucking years.
Now that a different company owns the remnants of Skullgirls, and they still put out content.
Yeah,
that whole saga is a weird one.
Is it a full price game after 8 years, or is it
$30? I think is the price, but that's without the DLC pack.
Wow. Okay.
Punch Club 2, Fast Forward, and the Snow Fable Mystery of the Flame.
Oh, hey, real quick, sorry, this is going back. Ryan, did you get a chance to check out that WrestleFest demo?
Oh, no, I haven't yet. I need to download that and check it out.
Okay, yeah, I recommend it. That actually is okay.
Yeah,
all right,
check that out. It's on my list.
It's time, boys, for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, here we go.
What is today? 16th. Okay, so let's start there. Bleed Arcade Arena Shooter, Mad Shot, Wood Cube Block, Classic Casual Puzzle, Cramped Room of Death.
Oh.
Spirit Hunters Infinite Horde. Unidentified Falling Objects.
Fucking. What the fuck is this stupid console? Jesus Christ.
Armor Lab Force Vol Vehicles. Vol Vehicles?
Oh, me and Anthony were talking about that.
That's the one where I was like, what the fucking name is this?
What do you think this is? Yeah.
I don't know if I want to know.
It's not what you think it is, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's not.
I was expecting romance novel, you romance girls that turn into vehicles. No, surprisingly not. Thank God.
Crowded Mysteries. Doomsday Hunters.
Crowded Mysteries.
Forest Fires. Frank and Drake. Sounds like a Nickelodeon show. Haunted Hell House. Legends of the Eternal Flame.
Hell House.
Sounds like a Rob Zombie movie.
It does, yeah.
Legends of the Eternal Flame. Lucy Got Problems.
Okay, alright, hold on. Lucy Got Problems.
Lucy Got Problems.
That's a good title.
Wow. Okay.
It's about
all
royale.
Right, here's a no. When you click on a Steam link, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's like, no, man, you asked not to see this type of stuff.
Oh,
okay.
Oh shoot!
Lucy got those kind of problems, huh?
Apparently.
Apparently, the problems that can only be solved with an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So that's the game.
Masquerade Kiss. Meta Dude.
The only masquerades I'm willing to entertain are Glass and Vampire.
Nightmare Escape. Omnimus. Punch a Bunch. Sailing Era. Sweets Pusher Friends. Takoyaki Party Survival. The Kitty in the Spaceship.
Little Kitty, Big Spaceship.
It just says.
Right.
Well, see, here's the Kitty in the title is capitalized, all caps, and then in the spaceship.
Okay.
What It Do Record Game Studio Battlefield. That feels like
I feel like
games.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure a lot of these titles exist now specifically just to circumvent copyrights on certain names or
Can
trademarks.
you say it again? What's it called?
What It Do Record Game Studio Battlefield.
Wow.
What It Do. I love it.
And that's all one word, by the way. What It Do is one word.
Oh yeah, that's a slang thing when making. That's What It Do. That's, oh my god, that was in like Boondocks and stuff. That's hilarious.
What is it called again? What It Do?
Hold on, I'll copy it because the way What It Do is spelled is very funky. There you go.
Of course.
See, What It Do? Yeah.
What It Do.
What It Do Record Game Studio Battlefield.
Let's see this piece of shit.
Oh man, it's
turn-based. Okay, hold on. Turn-based arcade fighting game.
Wow, did not get arcade fighting game from that title. Okay.
And they make a bunch of crap, and it definitely looks like it's made on the cheap.
You know what? I propose a new segment for this that I think would be pretty fun. Ken, I think you should pick 2 or 3 of the Switch titles that just sound absolutely crazy and like just have us guess the type of game it is and have like something prepared for it. I think that would be fun. Like, because all of these titles are just weird as hell, and it's always like the most obscure. You would never thought that game was, you know.
It's like back in the day when you would go to like Hills or Kmart and you had to base your purchasing decision off of the cover art.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But as we discussed the other day on the Discord, that's how I ended up renting Bible Adventures, based on the cover art and the fact that it was in a sweet blue cartridge, light blue cartridge.
Yep.
Fucking, what were those called? Comerica cartridges? Is that what they were called?
This
Color
was
Dreams.
Color Dreams.
Color Dreams.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Comerica was
then
the
it became,
Codemaster stuff.
then it was Wisdom Tree.
Yes, Wisdom Tree.
That was the people these days will not understand the joy of the goofy ass cartridge, like the 10-gen cartridges,
The black cartridges.
the EA Sega Genesis cartridges.
Oh yeah,
EA
with the big
Sega
yellow
Genesis
like thing on the side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little yellow plastic piece that was just all there to circumvent the copy control.
Yep.
Right. All right. Whispike Survivor, Sword of the Necromancer. D-Corp. Atoko Cross Pretty Boys Breakup.
I'm not clear.
I know what that is. I know it. Yeah.
Probably a card game.
Just
It's a card game. Got it.
Well,
sounds very hard.
Ramp Car Racing. Ring Racer.
Ring Racer.
Super Dino Blasters. And there is a big game out this week. It's Pikmin 4.
Super Dino Blasters sounds 100% like it would be a 1988 arcade release.
Yes, it does.
Fair.
Like I instantly,
gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pikmin 4 is out this week. So that's
I'm picking it up.
That's the big game.
Super Dino Blasters, which is all one word. Looks like this looks like a Sega Master System game.
Okay. Well,
wow. You weren't far, Ryan. You were close.
Somebody wants Pikmin 4, let me know.
I do.
Yeah, Ryan.
Ryan probably does
Anthony
too.
wants it.
No. You're good, Anthony. I don't have time to review anything right now.
Yeah, we'll get it on Friday. So, all right, let's talk about news. You just want to start with it? You just want to kick off with it? This shit is over.
Yeah, let's get it out the way.
It's fucking over. Thank Jesus, it's over.
Thank God.
So,
Jesus.
Basically, what happened on Friday
How am I going to milk this with my dumbass face on a fucking video any longer if it's over? Can't be over. That's how I make my money on YouTube.
FTC
my dumbass face on my fucking videos. Fuck that guy.
Yep,
and if you're like
FTC
listening to this, hold on. If you're listening to this and be like, "What guy is he talking about?" You know the one with the stupid face who's making videos with his face in the fucking thumbnails.
Man, I gotta tell you, that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
I know. Fuck all of them.
So yeah, FTC got blocked on Friday. They got blocked on Wednesday. Appealed Friday. They got blocked again. Phil Spencer tweeted this morning that they have signed a deal with Sony. So literally the only hurdle left is the CMA. The closing date is on the 18th. People feel like maybe they'll extend the deadline and close it later, and some people think they'll just close it tomorrow.
Yeah, what Tom Warren said today that he didn't think it's going to close tomorrow, but that it'll probably get extended a couple days, that it could get extended up to a couple weeks, but that it's unlikely.
Yeah, I don't feel like they would have made that deal with Sony over a weekend if they weren't going to try to close it tomorrow. But that's just me. I don't know any of this shit. Like, I'm not a...
I'm sure they'll try to close it tomorrow, but...
Yeah, well, the CMA thing, because that's what Tom was saying too, and I'm glad you were there because you can help me out because I was actually playing Exo Prime while I was listening to it. He was, I think he said that something with the CMA is tomorrow that he was like going to try to get to, right? Like,
there's like a hearing or hearing or something.
Yeah.
So that could, go ahead, man.
It could be over, but he also said that he thinks it's more likely that it at least extends a couple days.
Man,
but probably that they filed for an extension, which he said if they thought they were confident they were going to get it closed tomorrow, they probably wouldn't have done. But that there is still a possibility that it closes tomorrow.
Yeah, I just think that was another part of the story is that literally this morning Phil Spencer tweeted out, and Ryan put this in the Discord, Phil Spencer tweeted out that they signed a deal with Sony like literally within 48 hours of that FTC closure. So that's super fast. You know their lawyers were working over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
And I mean that was
I'm sure they had draft copies of that going back and forth even before the ruling as a hey, I know that, we both have, different opinions on what's going to happen out of this ruling, but just in case, let's make sure we've got something in front of you.
One of the interesting things that somebody pointed out on Twitter this morning is did you notice Phil Spencer only mentioned Call of Duty?
He did. Yep. That is true. There's nothing in there about any of the other Activision Blizzard stuff.
Which is crazy if you think about it, that we may go back to Crash being an exclusive on a console, but not the one it started at.
Is partially Sony's fault.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
I don't really care at the end of the day as long as I can play video games still.
Sure.
But Sony made it a big issue over just Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
And so the FTC made it a big thing about Call of Duty. And this is what happens when you only focus on one part of that. And I feel like you should have focused on all of it. Activision is more than just Call of Duty, but Call of Duty is the big money maker, right? So you just focus on that, which means that everything else gets to be exclusive when they finally hand you your deal.
Yeah, you don't want to lose things like Blizzard games. Those are big money makers.
Yeah, and it's a foolish move to really, because the argument should have been like, no, consolidation is bad. They're doing this just to circumvent. Having these games on one console is bad. That they're not putting the money into it. They're just buying up the studio. It's not internally made. You could have made those arguments as Sony, anyways, complaining about it. But now here we are.
Yep, here we are. In other Xbox news, we also said goodbye to the Major Nelson.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
Yeah, that is weird. Like, do you think he goes somewhere else, or do you think he just does his own thing?
It's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird.
It feels like, we've seen a lot of people, not necessarily in this space, although some in this space, but in especially the sports news space over the last several years, be able to make a pretty good living just hosting their own stuff and not being a part of any sort of specific company or anything. So maybe he does that. Maybe he starts his own thing.
Yeah.
Rather than working under the Xbox umbrella. And that would give him freedom to cover more stuff.
I can see that. He could go get in business with G-Hoff.
Especially
care about that stuff then.
I mean, if you're looking at it objectively, games are a huge business and Xbox is not the number one part of it. So if you're him and you've got an opportunity to strike out on your own and cover everything, maybe now's the time to make that move.
Microsoft did another round of layoffs, which sucks when you're talking about them spending $69 billion on a acquisition.
Yeah, that's Microsoft, like almost every other big company out there, is in a continual layoff hire cycle. So,
yep. Xbox introduced a new feature where you can record 60 seconds of toxic behavior in a voice chat and report it.
oh, good.
So you can now record those wonderful words you hear. IGN hosted an ID at Xbox showcase. I didn't watch this, and I didn't really see any big headlines from it, but I'm sure there were. I didn't see them. I know they showed Karateka there, which is that remake from Digital Eclipse. And then last Xbox news I have is that the Friends and Family Game Pass preview ends on August 15th in Ireland and Colombia, and there's no word about a full launch or a complete cancellation of the whole program.
That makes me sad.
Well, if you're sad, you get an Emmy, because the Last of Us HBO series was nominated for 25 of them.
Wow, nice. Okay, good, nice set. Good job.
Thank you.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
it is a lot.
PlayStation Plus extra and premium titles were announced. We've got the extra tier, which is It Takes Two, Sniper Elite 5, SnowRunner, World War Z, The Ascent, Undertale, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, Melty Blood Type Lumina, Dismantle, Circus Electrique, Dynasty Warriors 9, Samurai Warriors 5, My Little Pony, A Maritime Bay Adventure, Fast and Furious, Spy Racers Rise of the Shifter, and Monster Jam Steel Titans are your extra games. But if you're that special person that pays for premium, moron, your classics for the month are Gravity Rush Portable and Twisted Metal 1 and 2. Like, even when they give you...
Gravity Rush, you mean remastered?
It just says Gravity Rush Portable.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just what it says.
Alright.
But yeah, even when they throw you a bone with Twisted Metal 1 and 2, it's like, you could have put all 4 of the games on there, right?
Well, Gravity Rush is good too, but...
Gravity Rush is great.
Mean, to your point, it's insufficient based on what they have in their arsenal, but...
Yeah, 3 games.
Those are at least good games this time.
Yes, at least they are games you care about, but at the same time, like, I look at it, I'm like, you're still not getting my money. When this is up, I'm not resubscribing to this.
Subscribe to premium, so...
Yep. I did it because I thought they would be better at this, and I should have been smarter. After 25 years, Evan Wells will leave Naughty Dog at the end of this year. He was basically kind of like the head of Naughty Dog. So I guess it's full-on Neil Druckmann running it now. So I hope you like Misery. Speaking of The Last of Us, I'm gonna roll in segues today. I'm going to butcher this name, and I apologize. Gustavo Santaolalla, who makes music for The Last of Us and is also an NPC, hinted there's a new version of the game coming, which of course there is, because Sony likes to remaster games from, recently. Do we really need another Last of Us 2 remaster?
No.
It's an easy cash grab.
Yeah, that's
what needs to be remastered.
It's not that. It's not that you can up the frame rate and maybe up-res some textures and sell it. And it's easier doing it now than 5 years down the line.
Okay. See, because I complained about all these remakes and remasters, and everybody was like, well, sometimes...
No, I think it's stupid. Don't get me wrong.
Like The Witcher, you need, and then, but now look. Now we're there, they're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's remaster Last of Us 2. It just came out 2 years ago and won Game of the Year. We'll get it again for the remaster. Like,
what's crazy, though, is The Witcher...
What's happening?
The Witcher 3 update was free.
Yeah,
What?
I think. I mean the Witcher 1 is the other.
Yeah, but that's
remake.
like you're putting a shitload of work into remastering The Witcher 1. How much work are you really putting in?
That game wasn't. I mean, they tried to make that for Xbox and abandoned it. So there's a lot of work there.
Like, how much work is really?
I was just using it as an example. I'm not discounting that because I'll probably play it, and it's right. But I'm saying you have a case of where one is justified clearly, because that was the example that y'all were on at the time, and then one where we're just blatantly taking advantage of fans, right? Like, I mean, it just came out. We're going to rematch. Hey, now we're going to give you 240 frames per second. And remember that one scene where the one person did that one thing? Now they're going to do it in a blue shirt. Like, what?
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is not uncommon. Like, Sony's, the rumor around is, like, they're remastering the first Horizon, which was already too soon. Like, we don't need a remaster of the first Horizon game. I don't know. It's just...
This is the world we live in.
I guess, man. Like, and the thing is this is going to be $70.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it'll have a collector's edition with a statue that'll be $200 or $250 or something. Like,
Anybody on this show play through Last of Us 2? Did anybody finish it?
No, I didn't even play the first one.
Okay.
Me either. I think it was just you, my brother.
My joke is not going to work, so I'm just going to leave it alone.
I know what happens and I spoiled it. So give it a shot. Maybe you'll make someone laugh at all.
It's going to be the awkward Abby scene statue.
Oh, God. God.
Yeah, I don't know that scene, but from his reaction, that would be a crazy statue.
That's so.
You knew it? Did you know I was going to go there? Because I said
no. I had no idea where you were going.
Think the Jacko pose, and you're halfway there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just fucking God.
God.
I'm very glad you said it.
There you go. All right. PlayStation's Access controller launches December 6th and will be $89.99. That's cool. Sony.
Is that the one that just fucking streams your?
No.
Phone?
That's
the
like
the access control,
like the disability controller that Microsoft did. This is Sony's version of it.
Oh, I didn't know Sony was doing one. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Honestly, I am assuming it'll probably be awesome, seeing as how that is one thing all the first-party Sony stuff does extremely well. So.
Yep, that's a cool controller, and I was very disappointed when Sony tweeted about it to read the comments. Don't read the comments.
Never read the comments ever.
Yeah,
never.
Sony has $2.13 billion for research and development this fiscal year, which ends March 2024. And from March 2024 to March 2026, they plan to spend 60% of the PS5 game development on live service games, and are also interested in the metaverse.
Now, didn't we just talk about live service? Oh my God! See, this is the world we live in.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but the industry gives Jade Raymond a lot of credit, and her next game is a live service game for the PlayStation exclusive.
Nice.
Yeah.
Will Sony kind of backtrack on that, and maybe Jade Raymond's next game doesn't come out either? I don't know.
I mean, we'll see.
Media Molecule allows creators the commercial use of some of their creations outside of Dreams. That's pretty cool. Dave the Diver sold 1 million copies on Steam.
Dave the Diver!
Which is awesome, because that game is so good. Like, it deserves it. And I haven't looked into it, but again, I hope they're making or going to port it to console, because they deserve all the accolades that they're going to get, because it's an amazing game.
I promise you that game will show up on a Nintendo Indies Direct.
I thought it's already out.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was only on Steam.
Not on console. It's only on Steam.
The Dragon Quest series has peaked or has reached 88 million units sold.
Wow.
And Final Fantasy has reached 180 million units sold. This is all stuff we talked about with the acquisition. Lightspeed Studios. Tencent has acquired Lucid Games. If you don't know who Lucid Games are, they made the ever-popular Destruction All-Stars.
Enjoy.
Oh, he was being funny. Okay, got it. Because I was like, wait, I've never heard of that. Got it.
Yes. Oh wow, we got. Oh wow, we got fancy there.
Yeah, remixed it.
All right, let's talk about LRG3, Anthony's favorite company. They did their presentation, announced a bunch of games. There's some cool shit in here. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just gonna go through it alphabetical. So we've got another Crusade. Is that the CDI game?
I believe it's the one that's supposed to look like Zelda CDI.
Okay, yeah, I don't have pictures or anything here, so I'm just going by names.
So I watched the trailer for that.
Or wait, no. I think Arzette, the Jewel of Faramore is.
Oh, that is it.
The CDI game. Right. So another Crusade is something else. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know the Crusade then.
Castlevania Advanced Collection physicals, Chicory
Not
physicals. Their Carbon Engine is remaking a bunch of old games. One of the first is Clock Tower. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the original Clock Tower is probably the best of the bunch.
Yeah. Colossal Cave is another announcement. Double Shake. Dungeons of Aether. El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron is coming to Switch. That game is awesome. I love that game.
Yes, it is.
Gargoyles Remastered will be physical through limited run games. The biggest announcement of this show, I'm sorry, y'all, Gex is back. The Gex trilogy is coming this year.
Gex. Why do you say that? I should go fucking.
People online don't like Gex because they're bad people. I'm not talking about you.
They don't like Gex because he repeats the same 4 fucking lines over and over.
Hey, I was impressed they got Dana Gould to do the trailer. That's pretty cool.
He's not busy.
That's fair.
He's not busy, man. It's not writing for The Simpsons anymore.
Jurassic Park collection of games, unfortunately, does not include the Genesis games. They tried to get them. I was reading this on Twitter because people were complaining they weren't included, but they tried to get them, but the licensees would not allow them to do it. So it's just the NES and Super NES games, I believe. They also announced... Oh, go ahead.
Are they good? That does not say you hesitated, so I'm gonna go with they're fine.
They're fine. The Genesis game was great. I love that Genesis game. The NES game is okay. It's like a top-down game, which is really weird. And then the Super Nintendo game is okay. They'll also be doing the physical edition of Karateka. I'm gonna butcher these next 2 games. Kumaju Remilia, the Scarlet Symphony. I don't know what that is.
That's Dracula.
It's just Dracula? Just Dracula?
Hold on. Well, give me a second. Oh, no, sorry. Akumaju is...
Akumaju is Castlevania.
This is a Castlevania sort of inspired ass game. Holy shit.
Okay.
Sure it looks like... I just don't know. Oh, Toho project stuff.
Ah, there we go. Kyoku Tiger Heli collection.
Okay.
Midnight Fight Express physical edition.
Cool.
Odin Cat's Paradise. I don't know what that is.
I'm not looking that up.
Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, the definitive edition. I want to
get it, guys, because
it's
a meme, guys. It's a meme.
If you would like to play a game that is a DVD menu, then feel free to purchase that.
Then go and buy the special edition of Final Destination 3 because it has more interactive elements than this fucking game.
I am impressed with like the people they interviewed for the game. Like they got AVGN and they got who else did I see in that trailer?
Well, didn't they get the model back?
Yeah, the girl from the game is in it. They're also doing like a dungeon crawler inside the game.
At least they're doing something with it.
Yeah.
Most game it's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They also announced they're doing the Rise of the Triad Ludicrous Edition, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to play that. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Complete Edition. I think that's only Switch. Rose and Camellia Collection. Shantae Advanced Risky Revolution, which was a lost GBA or GB game, wasn't it?
So what happened is if you remember, Shantae, the first game, came out very late. The Game Boy Advance was out. In fact, the original cartridge versions, I think the updated versions on consoles have had they had special content that you could only access if you were playing on a Game Boy Advance. They were making a sequel, and by the time they kind of had their stuff together, the DS was the console of choice. So they turned what they had sort of into Risky's Revenge, I think is what it's called. It was DSiWare. So the advanced version was canceled. So the fact that they're bringing it back and they're restoring the content and everything is pretty neat. But yeah, it's a game that never got released in the Shantae series.
Nice.
And as they were saying, because I didn't know this, as part of the story is missing, because that game never came out, and they kind of moved forward with the next game with all the changes they had made to the story still. So there's just a gap in the storyline of Shantae, which I'm sure is not the reason why most people play, but yeah. I'm interested in it. They have me for one thing.
Next up is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soundtrack collection. Then we got Tomba, which was the only re-release or Carbon Engine game that is not coming to Xbox, which is weird. Because the rest of them are. And I tweeted about this, and somebody was like, well, maybe it's because, Sony first party, but I was like, but it's on Switch. So that doesn't track. So I don't understand why that one's not, but Tomba, it's coming back. That's cool. And then This Way Madness Lies is the last game on this list. So there's your LRG3. All right. So next up, your yearly Hallmark video game ornament. This year's entry is the Sega Dreamcast. So
I saw that. That was actually cool. It lit up and everything. The controller, had that VMU thing on there.
Yep. I have the Super Nintendo one, I think.
Nice.
So maybe we try to buy ornaments every year for Christmas, one for each of us. So I'm thinking that may be mine this year. That's what I need. All right, let's look at releases. A lot of this stuff we've already done because LRG was a big part of this. That's that. We already went through that. Yeah, this is all LRG. Yggdra Union, Will Never Fight Alone is coming July 27th to the PC. Lunar Lander Beyond is coming for everything. Dragon Quest Treasures out now on PC. It was already on Switch. And I think that's it. We got a couple delays. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown has been delayed to early 2024. And Stray
I don't even know what that is. Is that a new Test Drive Unlimited game?
Yeah, they announced a new one, what was it, last year, I think?
It's the first I've heard of it, but I believe you.
Yeah, Test Drive's been around forever and nobody ever cares about it.
Yeah, nobody ever cares about it.
Well, I mean, it doesn't help that, Atari has the rights to that, and fucking Atari had been shit for a while up until recently.
Yeah. And then Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, has been delayed to August 10th, so it's just a week.
Every time I see the name, I think that game is something else, and then I look it up and I go, oh, it's this. Yeah, I have no interest.
Team Fortress 2 Summer Update 2023 is out. It includes 14 new community maps. Sega will be at Gamescom this year. Simone Bailey teased a Need for Speed Most Wanted remake for 2024. Then she deleted the post, so oops.
Okay.
Rumor, Assassin's Creed Red could launch in 2024, according to a LinkedIn post. Akihiro Hino confirmed a new Yokai Watch game is in development. Former Q Games, the Tomorrow Children, and Chuhai Labs' Curse to Golf announced the new Kyoto-based indie studio Dinkleworks. They're already working on their first game, codenamed Project Tanuki. Those are a lot of words. I'm just gonna say. Splash Damage is moving to a 4-day work week. Did y'all see the news? Like it was almost like a Christmas miracle that like as soon as the Microsoft Activision like thing went through, that like all the Call of Duty servers for the 360 games just suddenly started working again.
Yeah, I saw that. People were like, man, you can get a full lobby and call it a Modern Warfare 2 on 360. I'm like, wow. Yeah, they clearly won. Okay, this is going through.
That's hilarious. And it was like literally as it happened. It was like, oh, yeah, the lobby's filled up. What happened?
That's so crazy.
Exoprimal is getting a Monster Hunter collaboration in January of 2024, which will be 6 months after the game is dead.
Yes, yeah, if it makes it that long,
All right, this next news snippet is going to get Anthony riled up, so I'm just going to read it. The Game History Foundation has reported that 87% of classic games released before 2010 are now out of print, so only 13% of them are still available today.
Oh, shoot.
Surprising.
Oh, he's good. Okay, we're good. Okay, he's good.
It's just, to me, it's like I understand why this article exists. It's to explain to normal people that are not video game fans that, like, hey, your video games that you love are disappearing. But, like, notice how they haven't done anything so far? Like, part of this is to try to convince the government, I'm sure, to put in laws to, protect the ability to back up and keep these games accessible to the public. But we live in a world where lobbyists exist, and you ain't beating them. So I don't know why we're having this conversation.
Yeah, it's basically like they're trying to picket to make sure Internet Archive stays alive.
Right, yeah. And I appreciate that, but again, my thing is like lobbyists fucking get their way because they have just money thrown at them. Like you're going up against the people that have made it impossible to keep this stuff accessible anyways. So
yeah,
they own the IP. You can't do anything about it. It's a very hard fight to have.
I was listening to a podcast and they kind of literally nailed the perfect description of this, which was, in America, you can't have access to something if somebody's not getting paid.
That's true.
Well, I mean, America and then therefore the world.
Yes, because America sets that bar and then everybody else follows it, which sucks because if anything, Internet Archive should just exist because, I mean, there are so many things on there that are not available anymore. And if you just shut that down, you lose that.
It's a digital version of the burning of the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much out there that's not available anywhere else, and it's a shame that it's all going to go up in smoke over some ducats here or there.
Which is crazy because probably 99% of that stuff, the licensees don't even they don't care. Who's gonna make money off of fucking Robo Warrior for the NES?
My example is always the No One Lives Forever, because the rights are kind of spread out between multiple people. Everybody wants the whole part of it, so no one gets a piece.
Right.
That game was so good.
And I, as someone that used to buy all their games physical, for the most part, it's I understand the desire to play stuff later. That is not. Luckily, preservationists exist within the video game community, and they're not an organization. They're literally just people that rip shit just to make sure it's backed up. Are there bad eggs that buy undumped games just to never dump them, just to have something rare? Absolutely. happens in every sort of medium, though. Like music, it's a rare recording. There's no existing rip of it online, and I bought the last copy, and I'm not sharing it. That's a common thing. And this person has no rights.
What was that whole thing went down with a Wu-Tang album not too long ago, right?
Yep. I was just about to say that.
And that is just the and to be clear, that is just the like most well known of that. There's that shit everywhere. Somewhere someone has, and I'm only using her as an example because I think she's the biggest artist in the world right now, is like someone out there has some sort of Taylor Swift thing that no one's heard. Probably early on in the career, maybe stolen demos or something that they came across just naturally. And you'll never hear it. It just because like that person's not, it's not even that they're worried about trouble. They just like having things that, other people don't.
Yep.
And that's shitty. It's shitty, but like,
yep.
That's what happens when it turns into the Wild West out there. And it's like, I understand the wanting to preserve things. Trust me, video games, for the most part, there's enough people that want to make sure everybody else can play them that I'm not as concerned anymore. But there's, fuck man, do you know how many books just aren't available digitally?
It's
Small print runs.
Yeah.
Right. Everything, all this stuff. And it's just this fucking capitalism fucking ruins it all. And I'm not making as much money as I could, so therefore I'm not going to make any money. That's the type of shit that happens, and it's fucking crazy.
Yep.
And people think I'm crazy for buying CDs, and I get it. It looks crazy on the surface, but it's that type of shit that constantly happens. Like one day, like through either like consolidation or just outright, purchasing of catalogs. Like a lot of artists are selling their catalogs right now of music because that's where they're going to make a bunch of money, I guess. And one day that just the person that owns it just might go, no, I'm good. And it's fucked up. And it's all streaming, right? It's not physical and it's not digital in your computer. And none of these things are made to make it easier to own this shit. I don't know. The whole thing's fucked up. I can go on forever. I fucking hate it all. I think that like video games and music and movies and all this shit are worth nothing if they're not being watched or consumed. Like they're just nothing. Like, what did you make? You made nothing because it's not in the hands of anybody. If it's not being enjoyed, it's just worthless. Yeah. And it's disappointing.
Yeah, but if you own it, then you can use it whenever you want to, and we can't charge you $10 a month to continue your access to it.
Yep. Yeah, and I can't tell you what you can and can't listen to, and it bothers me on a level of like what if so. I got a personal story, not to deviate. I keep doing that. I feel like I'm just space case today. But Beck's third album on major label is called not Mellow Gold. Sorry, that's the first album. Mutations. And I was in a record store and I bought a promo. So a disc that would have been sent out to probably radio stations, maybe some other like bigger heads in the label in Canada, just to kind of get a feel of what the new album's going to be. And that disc is mastered differently than the final master disc that they pressed and sent out all around the world. Some of the tracks are actually longer. They're not edited down. And I could have sold that disc for a lot of money, but like my thing was like, hey, these other fellow fans want to hear it. There's no point of me not sharing it, because otherwise, like if I have the last disc and something happens to it, it's gone forever, potentially. So that's how I see it. Like it's just, maintaining culture, and we arguably can choose to wipe that away instantly. It's fucked up. And like you said it perfectly, Ryan, like the burning of the modern day Library of Alexandria. Very similar. but it'll be all of our culture rather than just our knowledge.
Update real quick. Steven Totillo just tweeted that he has confirmed with Sony that the Call of Duty deal is for 10 years.
Okay, well, that's what they were talking about it being at first, right?
Yep, that was what they were trying to make it. So it'll be interesting in 2033 if Call of Duty is still relevant.
Yeah, wow.
Right.
Oh, all right. Sega of America workers have voted in favor of forming a union.
Good for them.
Yep. EA.
I'm assuming this is now all across America because it was like they had already formed Aegis. So I'm assuming this must be the rest of America then.
Yep. And they're forming this union just in time for Microsoft to buy them in a couple months.
Yeah.
EA has officially revealed the new Seattle-based studio Cliffhanger Games, which is working on a third-person Marvel's Black Panther game.
Yeah, in addition to the other Black Panther game that's in development, which is just...
What is it? The
that
three-player
Captain America one
game?
Yeah.
So
Wait,
Black
I
Panthers.
think it might be 4-player co-op.
Is it 4? I don't know. I just remember that it was like Black Panther, Captain America, and then...
Yeah, it's Captain America,
Another
Black
soldier.
Panther. Yeah, it's a soldier from World War II, and then one of Black Panther's Dora Milaje.
Okay, hold on.
Like, I don't know.
There's going to be 2 Black Panther games. This is not that Black Panther game.
2 different Black Panthers, though, from what I understand. One of them is T'Challa,
right.
and one of them is his father or something?
His father.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. The one with Captain America is T'Chaka. It's not T'Challa. It's T'Chaka.
Yep. So 2 different timelines, obviously, because the World War II one is his father. So.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, I'm interested in both. I don't know. They opened up a new studio. I don't know who's a part of it. Is anyone notable?
It doesn't say. It just says they're called Cliffhanger Studios. They're based in Seattle.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It is somebody notable. And now I can't remember what.
Captain Google.
Yeah,
like the one.
Somebody Google Cliffhanger Studios because the guy who's the head of it was formerly the head of something, and now I can't remember what it is.
Oh,
right, because I know the one. I'm about to Google it. It's they talk about Amy Hennig, and I'm like, man, yeah, Amy Hennig. I feel like Legacy of Kain is man. I wish we'd go back to that, and then some Uncharted, but that's it, right? Like, what else was hot? Did you Google that, Anthony? You did not. Okay,
I Googled it and I can't.
I did, and I can't find it.
Like I'm digging through this.
Where that I found. And I'm
here it is. Team features veterans who've worked on Middle of Earth, Shadow of Mordor, Halo Infinite,
Remember,
God of War.
because I said the other day that Shadow of War wasn't that good.
Yeah,
I mean it's
That's
fine,
right. Okay.
well made, but it's not that. It loses its charm real quick.
Yeah,
I actually liked that a lot because I liked the Nemesis system. Like I liked
the systems were cool. It just the game for me at least wore out its welcome very quickly. And
I got you, and you're right.
Because of the Nemesis system, it gets overly frustrating very quickly.
Yep.
And the enemies respawn way too quickly.
Yeah, they do.
That I will agree with you with. But I kind of like the combat. Yeah, that would too. I don't know. But I'm gonna mess with the Black Panther one. We're gonna check both of them out. Hopefully they're good.
New Call of Duty characters, Starlight, Homelander, and Black Noir are coming in Season 4 on July 12th, which is already out.
These characters, I haven't played Call of Duty since Infinite Warfare. Do they do anything, or are they just skins?
No.
The dude shoot lasered out of his eyes in the screenshot I saw.
Yes, but that's only... Okay, so here's how it works. So it's just a skin... But because Call of Duty has different weapons that can do weapon effects, and so each of those 3 character packs, I think, have weapons that do an effect. But it's only a single type of thing, so it's just a specific machine gun. You can't put that effect on anything else. It's just this type of gun. And then the eye laser thing, when you do an assassination on somebody, if you sneak up behind them and hold in the melee button, you'll do a whole little cool animation where he'll do the eye laser thing. So that's something else that comes with the different operator packs that they have too.
Gotcha.
So,
it's
but
not
outside
something
of that,
that would give you a competitive advantage. It's
right. Yeah, no,
like
it's purely cosmetic stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, if you're lucky enough to get an assassination, because sometimes you may never be able to get sneaky and get behind somebody to ever see that. But if you can do that, you'll get paid off to see Homelander, explode someone's head. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. Line has announced that they license an immensely popular classic Sega IP for an NFT Web3 game.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You're probably right. That's what it's going to be. Oh, geez. Looking for some sailors.
According to...
if there's a scam associated with it, it's probably Sonic.
Right.
I'm fair. Chili dogs, all the good stuff. According to Jez Corden, StarCraft isn't dead. They're working on a new game. It was originally reported that it was StarCraft 3, but Jez Corden walked that back and said it's not StarCraft 3, but it is a new game in that universe, apparently.
I am okay with this. That's cool. It doesn't have to be StarCraft 3, because honestly, let's step away from RTSs because that's actually hot right now. So let's do something else that's hot just in the StarCraft universe. Like, that's what I've been crying for. So, man, I'm ready. Like, let's do it. And it's going to be on Game Pass.
Of course it's going to be on Game Pass.
Hell yeah.
A spiritual successor to Patapon from creator Hiroyuki Kotani is in development for unspecified systems and is going to be a Kickstarter on July 31st. If you didn't see the news, do you know what the game's called?
No.
Oh, God. What is it?
So the original was called Patapon, and this spiritual successor is called Rataton.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my God.
I actually,
nice.
I like those games. I thought they were pretty fun.
All right.
I remember the commercials for them.
You want some news to make you feel old?
I mean, every news story makes me feel old anymore, so.
July 15th was the 40th anniversary for the Famicom.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Odie.
Wow.
Yeah. Thanks to new EU regulation, new gaming handhelds in the region will require a replaceable battery starting in 2027.
Good.
Okay. Good.
That's only in the EU, though, so we're still fucked over here.
Yeah, but hopefully hopefully that will make its way over here. Hopefully it won't be cost effective for them to have two different SKUs, one with a replacement battery and one without.
All right, final news. Be excited. Yukio Tsujino, president and COO of Sega, said in an interview with Famitsu that they're considering more remakes and reboots of Sonic besides new titles.
Yeah.
Please clap.
I like Sonic, but that announcement was a nothing burger.
I mean, it normally is.
Basically he said, I like money. Yeah, thanks, man.
I mean, who doesn't like money?
Can't stand it.
Fair enough.
I only have one tweet and I have no emails. And the one tweet just says, "It's over." It's from Shogun. It's over. So in 5 years, we'll see some bangers, right?
We'll see.
Yeah.
5 years, though?
I don't know. 5 years? I mean...
Man, I hope not.
So, let me ask this question. Since Call of Duty is obviously not exclusive, what will be... Because Redfall was it for Bethesda, right? That was like the first exclusive that came out of that. What will be the first Activision only on Xbox game after this closes?
What do they have? What do they have coming out that's like new IP? Why do they have anything?
Dude, Activision doesn't make new IP.
When you say only on Xbox, I assume you're not including PC.
PC,
right?
everything's on PC. So
No,
I'm talking console wise.
Yeah, because Xbox is definitely they're riding both now for sure.
Yeah.
So they have to be both.
Okay, so basically not on PlayStation. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
it's a good question. That's a good question.
I would have a new Crash game out and have him stand in front of the PlayStation offices yelling at
them. Just like that old commercial. Hey, plumber boy.
What at this point, non-Blizzard, does Activision have that would be a big winner?
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah, I guess be. Tony Hawk. Especially with EA doing, if they're still doing it. I feel like I haven't heard anything about that in a while. That skate game? Is there still a new version?
They're still making it, but God knows when it'll be out. Just, you know what would be a huge win? Greenlighting Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. The remaster.
Yeah.
Because they did 1 and 2, and it was huge.
Dreamcast guy said that, he would flip script to Xbox if they greenlit that. So
well, I mean, it's good to know where your priorities are. Flip script is a funny word because, like, why on earth?
Man with zero spine says he will switch sides.
Why would you ever have a side? That is so fucking stupid. Like,
my guy, you're living life wrong.
You're literally allowed to like multiple things.
Yes.
Oh,
it's okay.
But yeah, outside of Crash and outside of Tony Hawk, I think that's it. Because everything else is Call of Duty for them.
I would be surprised if they, and I know this sort of defeats the purpose of what they're doing, but I would be surprised if they would remake Tony Hawk's 3 and 4 and make that exclusive.
No, I don't think it'd be exclusive.
It seems like you would, because it's not gonna drive a whole bunch of Game Pass subscriptions to have a Tony Hawk 3 and 4 remake on Game Pass. It seems like you'd lose more money than you would make if you just put it on the other systems too. Like a new Tony Hawk, I could see that being exclusive.
Man,
but a remaster feels like they'd put it on everything so they could try to sell some.
Reboot Tony Hawk and just call it Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1.
Yeah,
doing that with everything else.
I was just about to say, since that's the new trend. Lord, you know what though, kid? This deal means your Battle Pass next season. I bet will be included with Game Pass for Overwatch.
I hope so.
Yeah, you won't have to pay that monies.
The only thing out of this Act of Blizzard thing that I am interested to see if happens is connected to World of Warcraft, and that's if they finally decide they're going to bring it to console, which is a lower chance, and B, if they include the monthly subscription in Game Pass, which I think has a pretty good possibility of happening, because a lot of people have said that that's a desire out of this whole mess, so I feel like they'd be kind of silly not to.
I don't think they'll give up that money.
Really?
Hey, are you really giving up the money?
I think you are. How much is a subscription? How much is it?
Same, $14.99 a month. It's the same as, well, I guess Game Pass is going up.
Game Pass is
last time I played
month.
WoW, it was $14.99 a month.
I don't see it because here's why. Number one, they don't give up that revenue. Number two, people who play World of Warcraft are probably predominantly PC players, right?
Yep.
PC Game Pass is only $9.99. You're going to drop $5 per subscription and take the loss?
The trade-off there is that you hope you pull more people into your ecosystem on both sides, but
I don't know.
It's a cost-benefit discussion at that point, and I don't know enough about what their economics look like to make that, but
I mean, it would be huge.
Fan,
I'm not going to lie.
I would go back and check out World of Warcraft if they added that.
Well, they do. They have purchases associated with World of Warcraft as well, right? That they could make some additional money on if they had more people in that ecosystem. It's not just a subscription.
I think you'll get perks,
skins and stuff.
I think you'll get perks, but I don't think you'll get the sub. That's just what I think.
Maybe the sub is only if you subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate with both. And not just Game Pass PC.
If it happens, that's more likely. I don't see it being included in the $10 Game Pass PC subscription. There's no way you take, what is that, a 33% loss on that? I just don't. I don't think enough people in the long term would stay with it to be economically viable. I don't know. And that's just my opinion.
Well, but you also, so subscriber numbers, so set the revenue piece aside for a second. Subscriber numbers make a difference as well to shareholders. And if you have an opportunity to convert a large chunk of your World of Warcraft subs to also be Game Pass subs, and that creates a large boost in Game Pass subscribers, there's optical benefits to that as well. But again, I don't know enough about their economics to say whether that's a net benefit or not.
Yeah. Oh, I see what because that'll inflate that.
Yeah, if you have a bunch of, if you convert a bunch of World of Warcraft subs to Game Pass subs, then you can say in your next shareholder meeting that we increase Game Pass subs by X%. Yep. But again, I don't know enough about them to know if that's a benefit or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would definitely if they do that at some point, then PC Game Pass would definitely go up in price.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, I expect that anyway. I know they keep saying that it won't, but I expect it will.
It's the only one that didn't on this recent upgrade. So, but yeah, if World of Warcraft was included, 100%. That's
you know what would be super cool, and this is like high, like what do they say, blue sky thinking, whatever. That they do this merger and like how they did with, well, it never actually came out, but I think they released the old version of that card game on Xbox, the Phantom, whatever. But like they released StarCraft Ghost. Because wasn't it like about finished when they got canceled? Like maybe they still have the stuff, then they have a little team that can polish it up a little bit and put it out.
I wouldn't count on that. That game was only about 60% done. It's by a developer. It doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, it wasn't an in-house thing?
No, it was initially built by one team, and then it got scrapped, and then it was built by the team that built Metal Arms, Glitch in the System. And that was the final version. It was like 50 to 60% done.
Okay. All right. Well, okay then. Yeah, I didn't. I thought it was an in-house thing. I didn't realize it was a separate studio.
Yeah, they farmed it out too. It was originally, I don't remember the first developer, but they built something and Blizzard hated it and they scrapped it, and then they played Metal Arms Glitched in the System, so they brought those guys in, which is like Swingin' Ape Studios, I think was the name of that studio. And
yeah, that was them.
They had a really good kind of thing, and then it just fell apart and never came out. And I still watch footage of it and cry because I never got to play it.
I do the same. Oh, man, I do the same. But whatever, they're working on something new, StarCraft, and I'm cool. Like, just, do something new and get it out there. Like, that universe is so cool. Like, I don't know. It has some good stories to tell.
The studio was Nihilistic Software.
The first one?
Technically, I think. Let me just.
Because I know that there was two teams that worked on that, and the first one got
the development started in-house, I believe. But yeah, it was pitched. Oh no, sorry. Nihilistic was the first studio. Yeah, because they pitched it to Blizzard. Let me see what did they do. They shut down in 2012.
Did Vampire the Masquerade, didn't they?
Yeah.
The version they did, Blizzard did not like, so they scrapped it and moved on to Swingin' Ape Studios, which was the stealth game that everybody saw. There's got to be a version of that out there on the internet, right?
I would think. Like
we got
60%.
I don't think it's leaked yet, but I mean, it's every day something else comes out. Like, shit, we have Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah, a different version of it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm in my throat.
And people are fixing that, by the way. People are trying to get that version finished.
That's cool. I mean, that's the stuff we talked about earlier with people dumping games online. Like, we got to play Thrill Kill. We got to play, prototypes of games. Like, that Castlevania for the Dreamcast is out there on the internet. You can toy around with that, Like, that's just cool. And, like, nobody's going to make money off that.
No.
And here's the thing. No one would be upset if somebody could make money off of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, go. Fucking finish the game that you started, official devs or whatever. But it's like, just not going to happen. So now fans finish it.
Hey, that's cool shit, though. But yeah, I will be... as a consumer, I will be thrilled to go and play all of the games that like my son likes to play like Battlefield and stuff like that, and now like all of the Call of Duties will be in Game Pass, so he can play those, and then like getting all the Activision games. I hope and pray this means we get some of those back and pack games that, because like no, I don't think any of the Activision stuff ever hit that, and I wonder if it was just them not licensing it to them, but now they work together. So like that Raven-built Wolfenstein game from the original Xbox?
Doom RPG official release. Fuck, please, God. Just reissue that.
Prototype? Prototype is Activision.
Yep. Hexen could come back, Like... How
about you
mixture...
give Raven Studios the fucking... keys to Wolfenstein again, seeing as how fucking Machine Head's never fucking finishing it because they're doing the fucking
what about
Indiana Jones game.
Oh shit, I just had it and I lost it. There was something Singularity backwards compatible. That's what it is. Give me that game. That game is so good.
God, they could do X-Men Legends backwards compatible.
That's a license issue, though, I think.
Is it? Okay, I could see that.
Wasn't that a rumor that they wanted to redo?
They want to remake Singularity.
Yeah, they want to remake it.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on board. Like, that game was great.
Me too.
I would love it if, like, they managed to finagle the licenses to get X-Men Legends and some of those other... old Activision, like X-Men and Spider-Man games up on the 360, up on Series X.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So, yep. So here's what I'm going to say, and I'm probably going to get some heat for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Notice how deep we're having to drag to come up with shit that this acquisition is going to lead to that we weren't already going to get.
Yeah.
It's and most, I mean, at least from my perspective, most of the coolest shit is all on the Blizzard side.
Yep.
It's not like there was a danger we weren't going to get Call of Duties if this merger didn't go through. That was a given, right? It's not like we weren't going to get them on all the other consoles if the merger didn't go through. That was also a given. So we're having to dig pretty deep, and almost everything we've come up with is a remake in terms of what we're going to get out of this, with the exception of obviously these games being on Game Pass, which is obviously a big deal, and I don't want to minimize that being a big deal. But my point is, we've talked several times on this show about how much of a distraction this merger has been for Xbox's core business.
Yep.
And if it's over, it's put up or shut up time now.
100%.
And it's time for Microsoft to prove that they're actually going to do something with this, right? And that it's not going to be, them acquiring this studio for shit not to come out for 4 years.
Right.
Like it's put up or shut up time now. They don't get to use regulators. And I don't mean to say they don't get to use it as an excuse, because they have literally been blocked. But now you're going to get what you wanted. So you got to prove you can actually do something with it now. And with the exception of Call of Duty, we're not having a whole lot of success here coming up with big home runs for them to build and create.
Yep.
Based on at least existing properties.
They have... Listen, yeah. I'm gonna say one just because, like, I said Crash, and I mean it, but they have Toys for Bob, who are fucking great, and
100%.
So, like,
I would absolutely take a new Skylanders tomorrow.
Yeah, like, I don't give a shit what Toys for Bob does, as long as it's a 3D sort of platformer. But like, the shit we talked about their fucking game earlier, they made that Crash Team Rumble.
Yeah, they did Crash Team Rumble,
but no one's playing it. Their skills are fucking better used on not online games, but
yeah, well, that's I think that's kind of my point. And again, I don't want to minimize the Game Pass stuff, right? That's super important. But at the end of the day, what I'm interested in is what new games are we going to get out of this now that Microsoft's money is behind Activision and Blizzard. And I mean, this story has completely dominated every single scrap of news about Xbox for the last year.
18 months. Yep.
Yeah, and it's surely to God, this has not dominated the news cycle for that long for us to get a new Tony Hawk and a Crash Bandicoot game and maybe Skylanders. Like, there's got to be some shit in here. Like, there's...
That's some bad news for you. You think this industry is built on creativity.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's exactly what everybody said it is this whole time. It's a play to have Call of Duty money coming straight to Microsoft, which is fine. I mean, that's a
decision.
Good business, right? But you know,
for gamers, what we want is, I mean, obviously you're right. The Game Pass thing can't be understated because we now get those games and we get to play them. We don't have to pay $70 a piece. Cool, awesome,
right?
But
is anybody going to go back and play old Call of Duty games if they drop them all in Game Pass?
I think you underestimate that. They absolutely will.
They will.
Some of those people, yeah.
Yeah, I think, those people
There's a lot
definitely
of people
will.
that do that specifically.
Call of Duty is the only game that I would argue.
Hold on, let me say it this way instead. If there are people who are interested in going back to old Call of Duties and playing them, it feels to me like those guys probably already own those Call of Duties.
I mean, that's a fair statement.
So, are there going to be people who go back and play these Call of Duties for the first time because they're on Game Pass? Maybe, but I don't know. It feels it's obviously more of a future play than a library play.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think the biggest thing that Microsoft will get out of this is next year, Call of Duty Day 1 in Game Pass will be their fall marketing fucking blitz.
Yep.
And it's going to make a shitload of money.
It's going to make a shitload of money. Yep.
So I think that's they're just Netflix at this point where they're just looking to tick numbers of saying Game Pass has X amount of games. And
yep.
Here's Call of Duty, here's Tony Hawk, here's Crash Bandicoot. It may not be big to some people, but when you look at that and, not to go back to the jokes we used to make, but like when grandma goes to the store and they're like, well, you can just get all of these games for $16 a month. Which system do you want to buy? There it is. Right. So, and we can't, as much as we don't care, except for maybe Ryan and Terrence, like, we can't discount the mobile part of this.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean that's always been a big piece of this.
Yeah.
And that's a growing thing too. Like the mobile market makes just money hand over fist. Like that's huge for them.
And now Microsoft owns what is considered the biggest mobile game of all time?
Yep.
So
old Candy Crush.
Candy Crush.
I was addicted to that for a while. I was on Candy Crush for a while. I'm not ashamed to say it.
I will tell you that right now the biggest crime that will come out of this is if we don't get a Microsoft Smash Brothers now. Come on.
My God, we definitely have the characters.
Blizzard, Crash, Spyro, Master Chief, Conker, all the rare come on.
Yeah, Trigger Happy from Skylanders.
Yeah, every one of them, dude.
Like, we definitely have the characters for it now. Oh, my God.
Killer Instinct. Like, come on. There's your layup. Hit it. Let's do this. Let Toys for Bob build it, for God's sake.
Actually, yeah, I was going to... that'd be pretty awesome.
I really do hope we get another Skylanders game and make it so that you don't have to have a toy association with it. You can just make a new Skylanders game that has the characters in it.
What if?
Yeah, I'm irritated they've never done a PC release, kind of like, because Disney Infinity did PC releases where you didn't need the toys.
Yeah,
and I'm really irritated. Skylanders have never done that.
What if they just like you're saying, just make all those games backwards compatible and just unlock all the characters for people?
Yeah, they could easily do that.
Yeah, just do that.
They could easily do that. And even if you want to do like even if you want to do like some special bonus for folks that own some of the toys, you could probably sell a little portal separately, and it unlocks something similar to what Amiibos do, but maybe a little better. They could do that if they wanted to throw a bone to people who have a whole box full of toys upstairs, like myself.
Can't most people's phones read NFCs? I'm asking because I don't know.
Maybe.
Like, just make it an app where you just like...
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Just scan the fucking toy into your phone, and then it connects to your Xbox account, and boom, there you go.
So I'm looking, just as totally irrelevant to the conversation, but looking at Glass Masquerade, because as we've been doing it, I've finished the first one again. It looks like Glass Masquerade changes some stuff. Here's the achievements. Precision. Complete any puzzle with max accuracy.
Oh, fuck off.
Complete any puzzle in less than 7 minutes.
Also
complete any puzzle on high difficulty. Play all kinds of puzzle board cuts. Don't know what the fuck that means. Complete 5 badges for any puzzle. Play all kinds of play modes. And collect 100 total badges or complete all puzzles in classic play mode.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like this shit gets weird. Might have to play 2 first.
Alright. So that's pretty much everything. It will be interesting. By the time this show comes out, this shit may be closed. I don't know. So...
No, especially if we're not putting it out till Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday, the people be listening to this be like, "Y'all motherfuckers,
my bad, y'all.
This shit doesn't happen."
Y'all late. Hey, niggas. Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to talk.
Dude, I didn't even tell you the embargo day, so it's more on me than it is you.
The game has been out on PC for at least
I think
5
like
years.
2014, or something like that. So,
I know, but
whatever.
I still don't break them.
I know. I'm just saying. 2014. So yeah, you know.
I wasn't allowed to talk about some game from like the Super Nintendo era a while back.
I
mean, our AEW review was under embargo while they had people online posting videos of fucking everything.
Oh, everything, yeah.
Content creators get their just desserts. They always get it early. So anyway, that is it for this week. We'll be back next week probably to talk about some Pikmins 4.
Yeah. How many Pikmins are there? There's only 4.
There's only 4 Pikmins. But that's it.
That's not true. There's the Pikmin on 3DS.
That's true. If you want to follow us on Twitter, because Twitter's still there, ZTGD Podcasts, you can shoot us emails to podcasts@ztgd.com. Phoenix Down is a rockin'. They didn't do an episode this week. I don't know if they're finished with Strange Journey. I don't think so. There'll probably be another episode of that. And subscribe to us on Spotify and iTunes and whatever the Google one is. Google Play? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah. Do that. Nobody's left a review since 2012. Anyway, we out of here.
Last time someone listened.
Probably.
And enjoyed.
They've never enjoyed, Anthony. They've never.
What's that review? 5 stars?
We got a lot of 5-star reviews, I'm not going to lie. But they're all
we
old.
do have a lot of 5-star reviews.
They're all very
Everybody's
old.
wrong.
Anyway, we out of here. Peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.